Darkness can be a lot of things. It can be a place devoid of light, a type of cologne, a rock band, Eddie Murphy, and a game. No, not that game. There we go. Darkness is one of those games that you should never play if you wish to keep your sanity. Also, the story seems to have stolen certain story elements from a more popular video game that it wishes it could be. Now, the game revolves around Zane, a former mercenary with the group called Gang. Along the way, you'll meet a few companions. Gregor, a man with a physical impairment and uses a gun. Tara, a foxy girl who is a brother and who there's indication of a romantic interest with the protagonist. Poorly done, by the way, but it's left up to her imagination and fanfics to bring it to fruition. And finally, Lena, the girl with magic powers that only she has, and apparently she's the last of her kind, and the evil government/corporation wants her. Oh, and who is the evil corporation? It's Dragon Arms, run by President Shinra, President Dragon, who has plans to take over the world or something like that. I kind of spaced out. But there's still one more bad guy named Vexus, who is the mastermind behind the world being cast into darkness, and always plans to destroy it using comets. Oh, whoops. My bad again. I mean the ex-Doomstar. This is the best part of the game, even though it's a rip-off of Final Fantasy VII, which tells you where the rest of the game must be going. So let's just start the actual review and look at the first scene to reveal where the game starts to go downhill. And what I mean by downhill is it's shoved off a cliff. As we can see in the very first scene, avoiding the fact that the protagonist is floating above the city like Superman, but the fact that the developer doesn't know how to capitalize words and letters that need to be capitalized. Unless he thinks that the entire word needs to have all capital letters or at least half of the letters in it need to be capitalized. Now, while we're on writing, let's discuss how the town you're in deals with the fact that their town is being overridden with killer robots, which for some idiotical reason they are called fiends over robots, or even more appropriately, Terminators. Anyways, the people in the town should be doing what I would be doing. Getting weapons and fighting off the robots, or, more likely, running around screaming like a little girl. However, the town consists of idiots that are too dumb to notice that danger exists with the robots. Instead, you have prostitutes still waiting for a customer. A little girl thinks you're cute. Two boys are racing like Speed Racer. A man is watching them race. And you can have sex with all of them on the street. You guessed it, the last one is made up. Now, there are several other writing problems. Let's just say the entire game, but I don't have enough time to list all of them. So let's talk about two other problems that really irked me. The first being that your entire team is either uber powerful or your enemies are a bunch of pussies with glass shells that you can easily beat in a single turn, even those in the final level. This also slightly applies to boss battles, where you can possibly beat a boss without them even landing a blow on you if you happen to spam thunder to paralyze the boss like I did. Yes, this too also applies to the final bosses as well. Now, I will admit, there was one boss battle that was slightly challenging, but it was still quite easy with an hour-long battle. Seriously, that's how long it took, because there exists one of the biggest glitches in the game. This glitch is that about half of the game is skipped, which causes several problems such as bad character development, missing plot points, certain characters are introduced, and most importantly, your entire team is underleveled for the boss fight that you must fight before getting to the final level. However, as I said before, your team can easily take care of the boss after an hour-long battle of boredom and repetition that you begin to wonder why you were playing this game and if using that gun of yours is actually a wise decision or not. For the rest of you who don't understand what I'm saying, let this flowchart explain to you. Now, this is the beginning, and at this point, you're supposed to go to a place called Aldred, but something happens and causes you to skip 3 towns and go and land at the very end of the game. Now, quickly, some other glitches. There are glitches of being able to walk through beds, walking through objects, not being able to walk on certain tiles, and this. It may not look like anything, but these guys, they're not supposed to be there. Now, nearly everything about this game is bad and done poorly, from the story to the battles. The only thing actually decent about this game is the music, sound effects, a map or two, and you can complete the game, though why would you want to? Those few qualities cannot save this game, which deserves to stay in the dark and no one should ever play it. However, for some odd reason, people are playing this game and are actually enjoying it and want a sequel, which is even more mind-blowing than the sheer crappiness of this game. Darkness gets 1 poorly developed game out of 5, and I'm thankful I don't have to play this game anymore.
Another